You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With these words that you don't know yet, we're going to work on sounding them out. Let's start with beginning sounds. Single consonant or blend? SW. Single
Blend.
consonant or blend? What?
Blend.
Put it there. WE. Single consonant or blend?
Single consonant.
Say the first two letters and then sort it.
BE. Single consonant.
Mm-hmm.
BR. Blend. FU. Single consonant.
Mm-hmm.
HI. Single consonant. SC. Blend.
Mm-hmm.
PE. Single consonant. SH. Blend. LU. Single consonant.
Alright, you sorted those really well. Now let's look at single consonants first. And let's do the sorting mat where we... Sorry. Let's do a sorting mat where we... I misplaced my marker, I'm sorry. A sorting mat where we do... One syllable, two syllables. Alright, sort them out.
One syllable.
Mm-hmm.
Two syllable. Two syllable. One syllable. Two syllable. One syllable.
Alright, let's work on words that have one syllable for our sounding out first. Okay, these all have a single consonant beginning. So it's going to be the sound of the consonant and then the sound the vowel makes. You know the vowel can be short or long. If it's two vowels together, it could be a vowel blend, so you have to look at the rules for that. Okay, but let's try, let's do shortest to longest words. Okay, so let's work with this.
And
Hind. Alright, hind. Can you think of what hind means? No? Do you think that's the word then? Or do you think you should try some different sounds?
try different sound.
Which letter could make a different sound?
The I.
Try it now with a different sound. You can touch them if you go. I heard you ask yourself, what does the I say? Before you said what's the other sound the I makes?
C.
I think you might just be a little off track here. When we're talking about vowels, we're talking about long and short vowel sounds.
I.
Okay, I says I, and I says
N.
okay. Which one is long?
I.
Which one's short?
N.
I heard you say Did you give it a long vowel or a short vowel there?
Short vowel.
Try it with a long vowel.
Hind.
Hind. Have you ever heard the word hind before?
Mm-hmm.
What about on... Here, you like frogs. Let's look at a picture of a frog. Tell me something about that frog that is its hind. Hind what?
Hind.
You can touch it, or you can tell me.
Back.
His back, hind, okay. Back what?
His head.
Back of his head, okay. We don't usually say the hind of your head. What about these? This arms. And what do we call those?
Arms. Legs.
Yeah, we don't usually say a frog has arms, right? Frog has what?
Legs.
Okay. Which set of legs is his hind legs? That you knew right away. You didn't have to think about it? No. So when I put the word hind together with something that makes sense to you, like hind legs, you got it. All right. The hind is just the back part. Hind legs. Okay. So hind is a real word. Hind, you've sounded it out. We'll come back and we'll make sure that we sound out hind again later. New word. You can do the touching. Okay. I'm going to give you one hint. You said every sound correctly. They're just too spread apart. You need to put some of them together. I heard you say ooh, g. And I also heard you say j. You played with the G, right? Because you know the soft C. The soft G, hard G rule. I heard you say j and g, so it was good you got it down to the g. G. Take the S off for a minute, because a lot of times the S is just an ending, and we can always add it to the word. What are lungs?
Inside of your hip.
Inside of your what?
Inside of your arm.
They're not inside your arm. Can you touch your lungs? Do you know where your lungs are?
Right here.
Right here, inside your chest, right? Okay. What do your lungs help you do?
Breathe.
Breathe. So you know what lungs are, right? That sound right there it's blending together. That vowel is blending together with that ng. Ng says or it's an interesting sound, isn't it? But now say the whole word. Lungs. Do you hear the N and the G blending together? It's an interesting blend. I can see how it can be tricky sometimes. Lungs. So what's this word? What's this word?
Lungs.
Let's go to this word. You're saying D, and I see, I'm going to underline these. You're saying D, and these are not D's. What are those? B's. Okay. Now, I'm also going to mark this. On lungs, when you took off the ending, it helped you do the word. Do you see an ending on this word?
ED.
ED is usually an ending, so I should have underlined the B's in a different color. That's okay. ED is an ending. So could you block off that ending and try just the word without the ending?
Web.
Now add the ending. I heard you say it correctly.
Webs.
Don't look over there. Look at the actual letters.
Wed.
You said D again. Those are B's.
Webs.
You keep looking away from the card, Montreal, instead of looking at the card. And there's an S on the word over here, but that's not an S there.
F.
Okay, now put it all together. A lot of times when we have ED, okay, we don't say ed. Sometimes we just say what? D. Remember when we did that in class the other day? We were putting the ED end on the end of I can't remember, we were on the carpet and we had a list of words and I was blocking it off for the whole class. A lot of times when we add ed at the end, we just say the d. Okay, so try.
Wed.
Well, we're not going to change these from these. Try looking at the letters instead of looking away from it. You know what? You just said it exactly right. I'm gonna say it back to you the way that you said it. You said w ed
Wed.
ed
Egg. Wed.
You said wed again. Look at my fingers. W eb web web. I think it might help when we go back to the pictures and when we get into the book, you're going to see that frogs have a certain type of feet. Okay, this was about their hind legs, right? They have what kind of feet?
Where?
Here, say it. Say it again. Webbed what? What are those? That's their leg, that's their... What are those? You've got them in your shoes.
Feet.
Okay, so now say that.
Wed. And hard to say.
It's hard to say. Webbed. Webbed. Alright, we'll keep this one out. Endings, I think, are going to be something that we focus a lot on when we start a new group of words together. Right now we're just working on blending in general, but endings, I keep catching those. So when I see that you've had a little bit of trouble with an ending, because I remember I even had to take the ending off of that word out of the pile from the words you know. When there's endings on the words, I think it slows you down a little bit. So try, you did a good job of covering this and getting web. And then the ed, you've just got to remember, sometimes it's ed, sometimes it's d. Okay? This one, it's webbed. Webbed. But it's only one syllable. Webbed.
Webbed.
It's not webbed, it's just webbed. Just the d by itself. Webbed.
Webbed.
Let's keep this one over here. I'm going to put the ones over here. You don't need help with them now. What's this word?
Hindy.
What?
Hindy.
Hindy. Where did you get the D from?
D.
Why do you keep saying D? Does D say D? What does D say? Hind.
Hind.
What?
Hind.
Hind. Put it with that one. How about this one?
Lungs.
You've got lungs down. No lungs. Should I put it with the stack? Okie dokie. Let's do our two-syllable single consonant beginning words. Okay. And we'll do shortest to longest again. All right. If you see an ending, back it off and say the word.
Funny.
Funny. Where's the n? Where's the n in that word? Is there an n? What letter makes n?
N.
Yeah. Do you see an n in that word?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
I did hear you say e though. So that y you think is an e, right? Cover that up for a minute. And just focus on what's there without the ending sound.
Oh. Full.
Fully. Yeah. Do you see how sometimes covering up the ending and just looking at the word by itself without the word ending? So you've got full, full.
Wing.
Now say it together.
Wing.
It's not an ing. Ing is a different ending. Oops, let me get a. I'll make some ending cards later, but you just have full ing. Before you said it correctly, that's not ing. Okay, this is just E. So, block it off. What word?
Full.
And now just say E at the end.
Free.
No, don't get rid of the, don't change the L's. Say the word. What's this word? Well, you're trying to add the Y. I'm blocking the Y on purpose. So what word is that? Just without the Y. Mm-hmm. Like I am. If you are full, then how are you feeling? You need something to eat, or have you had enough?
I had enough.
Okay, so full. Now add that sound at the end.
Fully.
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 Keeping these word ending cards separate. Let's stick this one on this side, okay? Alright. A couple more. Oh, you know what though I did want to do on the double syllable words. Let's go ahead and divide those up. Fully. Clap out fully for me.
Fully.
Where do we divide it?
And the U and the L.
Okay. Fully.
The S and the L. The S and the U.
I don't say fully. Look at it. I don't say fully. I say fully. The L next to the other. I'll divide that up. Okay, up at the top. There you go. The L next to the other L. Fully. Okay. Let's do that one you said. Did I do this one? No. I separated those. I'm sorry. That was a blend, right? We'll do blends next time. Let's stick with these. I heard that exactly right. Ebb.
Belly. Pelly.
Let's go back to ones that we know. What is, you said ebb. That's correct. What does B-L-E say? Bull. Bull. Yeah. Try.
Bull. Pill.
You're saying full. I sort of beat that one too. No blend, so it should just be ebb. Could you just say pebble, and then it's got an ending on it. Pebbles, and the one in the ending. It's just an ending, so pebbles. Clap it out. Pebbles. So 2. Where do I divide it? Pebbles.
The B next to the other B.
B next to the other B. Divide it up. Nice work. Alright. Last one. And I'm going to make some ending cards just to remind us that we can leave those off sometimes. Yeah. Two of the endings that we've done is ES, and then we've also done S. But what ending do you see here that you could block off and not worry about for right now? Which ending? Okay, touch the card that has that ending. Okay, and let's use that ending to cover this on this word. Okay. Now, I see you trying to do this. You said beg. Beg. That's a small word inside of a bigger word. You're right. But look at this. A lot of times when we add that ending, we double the last consonant, right? So let's cover that up too. Also, don't forget, if you're saying beg, try changing the vowel sound. Try changing this from a short E to a long E. No, wait, you kind of gave up. You said bean. What about I-N together? N. Begin. All right. So begin. Beginning. Very good. Beginning. Once you got the base word, it wasn't hard with that end on it, was it? No. But when you see all those letters, I think sometimes you think it looks harder than it is. If we get really good about figuring out where the ends are and blocking them off, and we're also going to have words with suffix or prefixes too. They're going to have word beginnings that are added on. Right now we're just cutting off endings. Okay, begin, ing. You can block off that, and then use your sounding out skills to practice the consonants you know, practice the short and long vowel sounds, and test it. You're going to be able to get these more by yourself. Let's see. Have we finished our stack? Yeah, we finished our stack